But for this, I would first like to request our lead coordinator for Women's Day, Samita Neravetla, to please join me here on the stage for this segment. And next, for our panel discussion, we have a dynamic leader who brings both expertise and energy onto this stage. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Srilekha Palle. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Palle. She is a seasoned healthcare executive and a global consultant with over 2 decades of experience in healthcare leadership strategy and community advocacy. A passionate speaker and a leader, she continues to inspire and empower a lot of women here in our community. So welcome Srilekha Palle Garu. All over to you for the panel discussion.
Give a big round of applause to Reddy for doing such a good job. She's motivating everyone. Okay, I don't think I'm going to ask males, but females, please sit down. This is going to be a power-packed panel. All right, before we get started, let me ask you a question. What is the theme of this International Women's Day? Anybody that tells me, you'll have a personal gift from me. What is the theme of International Women's Month? What is that? There you go. I'm sorry, I can't give prize to the people that give prizes to others. So you ain't getting any prize. That being said, all right. The theme emphasizes that giving resources, funding, visibility, and knowledge to women who brings in massive gain in equality and opportunity to everyone. Right? Isn't that the reason why we have the theme? So I'm sorry if I'm yelling on the mic. I want to make sure you guys all hear me. First thing, can you all hear me well? Can you all hear me? At least say yes. There you go. Thank you. I'll be looking at the leaders right here. How does the give to gain comes around? It comes alive when we have remarkable leaders. And those are the remarkable leaders I am going to be introducing right now. They have demonstrated that women invest their time, talent, and treasure in the benefit of other women. First and foremost, I am going to invite Sister Jenna right here. Sister Jenna, and I'll also have Samhita, who is our coordinator, to also come forward. Sister Jenna, if anyone does not know her, I can tell you she's changed my life. She's a well-known spiritual mentor in the DMV area. She's an author, radio, and TV personality. She's done shows on Oprah. Whoever enjoys Oprah enjoys listening to Dr. Sister Jenna. Dr. Jenna also hosts a radio show on meditation. She is the director of Meditation Museum here in the DMV area. Sister Jenna, we are thankful that you're here. Next, I'm going to invite Ramesh. Please give her a big round of applause. She's doing a great job, Sister Jenna. Kay is an accomplished business leader, and she's the former CEO of Cyber Media Technologies, where she led transformative growth and innovation. One thing that I want to tell about Kay Ramesh, I do my research, I say, under her leadership, the company secured a landmark $110 million IRS contract, and she built a $900 million business pipeline. Please give a big round of applause to Kay Ramesh. I'm going to invite Jyothi Gujral. Guys, everyone knows she's wearing the breast cancer. You really need to ask her what she is. Jyothi is a seasoned financial expert and principal of Financial Solutions Group with over 27 years of experience. She is a breast cancer survivor, and she also founded Blossoms for Pink, a not-for-profit organization. Please give a round of applause to Jyothi Gujral. Last but not the least, the best, Dr. Nuthan Kalva. Please come in, Dr. Nuthan Kalva. She is an internal medicine physician with a specialty in infectious diseases. She has deep expertise in managing complex healthcare issues. So if you have any healthcare issues, she's the right person to talk to. I'm going to go ahead and get the panel started. Please note that I'll be asking right, I am going to sit in the middle if that is okay with you all. All right. Ladies, my request will be for you guys to stay focused, please, because we brought in these ladies to talk about interesting things. I'm going to ask each one of these ladies to start defining a movement or turning point that shaped your journey. I will start with Dr. Jenna.
So you want me to define a moment of change?
That is correct.
Om Shanti, everyone. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, put your hands up. If you can't hear me, I'm not going to speak. So 4 people can hear me. Okay, that's good. 4 or 5. What about those in the back? They're too busy getting the food. Okay. I am.
After this is yours.
Oh.
You want to recognize after
You
this.
do? All right,
Yeah.
I'll hold off then.
Yeah.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. Now we can.
I'm just going to wait for everyone to settle in. Yeah. If you happen to be sitting next to somebody who is speaking, if you could ask them if we could get their attention on the stage, is it possible? For those in the back? If you can just speak to somebody in the back that might be speaking, if you can ask them to give your attention. The reason why I'm asking that is the coordinators have put a lot of energy in bringing us together, so we want to be able to honor everyone on the stage. Tika?
Check. Especially for this segment, I request you all here in the room to please be low. I request all of you to please be Especially for this segment, I request you all to please be quiet and please be seated, because this panel is going to deliver a lot of informative content. So I request you all to please stay focused and keep quiet and keep it low, especially for this segment, guys. Please. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, my dear. It's the games, okay, all right. No, all right. No, that's good. All right, everyone, let's take a moment of reflection. And the question for me today was, what was a turning point in my life? I think for many of us, especially as women, we have a variety of opportunities where there are turning points. Whether it's going to school, whether it's the first day we got engaged, whether it's when we got married, or our first job, or for many of us here, we have all immigrated to America from our country, right? These were major turning points. For some of us, we didn't speak the language. We didn't speak the language. We didn't understand the culture, but we developed and we grew here. So I think one of the most important things that I feel as women that gives us the courage or the strength or the tenacity is there's something that's ingrained in a woman's ability to persevere. And I don't know if you've recognized it, but every woman I've ever met has the power to persevere, whether she has everything going for her or she doesn't. And I think that energy that is in us is like a God gene. There is something in her that she touches into her mind, her will. And even if everything is not perfect out here, that inner resolve, that inner strength, that inner belief moves her to begin to make something out of nothing. And I think one of the greatest turning points, Srilekha, is when you can make something out of nothing. And I ask you to think about that point. You don't know the country, you don't know the language, you don't know the culture. There's nothing here for you. But out of nothing, you're able to build something. So I think it's a DNA. It's a spiritual DNA in a woman. It's a spiritual DNA in a man. That if you tap into that inner strength, there's nothing you can't do. And that was a big turning point when I realized I was so powerful. I realized I was very powerful. I realized I had a lot of potential. I realized that the more I could utilize it, the more other people are inspired. So that's my thought.
All right. If you keenly heard what Sister Jenna said, she spoke a lot about tenacity and perseverance of females, for those that have not heard. So that being said, I'm still going to ask everyone, I know Congressman Subramaniam is here, I still think everybody should calm down and sit down so I can listen to these powerful young ladies. I'm going to go to Kay. Kay, please tell me what defining moment from your side.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, and in the honor of Women's History Month, let's give a big round of applause to all the women here. We all have wonderful journeys. Thank you. So a little bit about my pivotal moment in my life. I was born in a business family. My grandfather was a great businessman. A lot of my uncles were entrepreneurs. As I was growing up, I was witnessing them growing the business as well as using it as a platform to do more good. But growing up, I did not think of myself as an entrepreneur, but it was just in the back of my head. And then when I migrated to the United States and got my very first job in my early 20s, I distinctly remember this HR meeting where they were telling me that if I worked for the next 50 years, I could have enough in my 401k for my retirement. I might get 2 weeks vacation in a year, and maybe if I do really well, they could increase it to 3 weeks. And I'm thinking, oh boy, I want to be my own boss. That was one of my pivotal moments where I quit the very same day, and I came home, and my husband had just started, we were just building a product. And so he had just started the business. I came home and I said, I quit my job. I'm just going to work with you and grow this business. So I'm a tech entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. That was our very first business. We built a product and sold it, and in our early 20s. And our second business was a government federal contracting business called Cyber Media Technologies, which we sold 2 years ago, and to a publicly traded company called Main Street Capital Corporation, which is a $3.5 billion company. So we started our third tech venture in the AI called Campus AI. So that was one of my pivotal moments in my life. Thank you.
What an inspiring story. If anyone wants to go from employment to entrepreneurship, Kay is the right person. You should talk to her for sure. All right, we'll move on to Jyothi ji. What started your journey, defining moment?
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. And I'm amongst very, very distinguished women. I want to shout out to my parents. As a defining moment, Sister Jenna said we have many in our lives. And one of the defining moments for me started very young, when my father treated me as an equal. As you know, in India, there's a lot of celebration when a boy is born, and when a girl child is born, we don't feel that equality even now in India. And my father never let me feel belittled. And growing up, he always treated me as an equal. And then I did get married, and I found a husband who treated me as an equal. He let me take chances on myself and bet on myself. So we believe in 9 lives as Indians, and I want to be a woman in every single life.
There you go.
Every single
There you
life.
go.
And in my career, I've been very fortunate, and a defining moment, at least as a financial planner, has been when I met a single mother who became my client. And she told me, and that's how I've led my practice, that not only did I understand her financial woes and her problems, but I also understood her values, her what truly mattered to her, and she also told me that she could count on me. And that conversation is how I've led my practice, because in my service, just numbers don't mean they don't mean anything. It's empathy, it's trust, and always standing beside my client when they need it most. And that's how I've led. Thank you.
If you heard Jyothi ji, all men and brothers and dads that are here treat women equally, and I would say a little more than equally. I think we are more better than that. All right, let's move on to Dr. Nutan Kalwa. What inspired your journey and how did you get here?
Thank you so much for having me this among the esteemed group and women here. I'm so proud to be here as usual. If I have to combine my story, it will be of Case and Jyothis, okay? So, coming from a family of politicians and also the doctor, my dad is a surgeon. We're 2 girls to start with. But I think pushing towards the education, my mom was the driving force. My mom always says that, without education and financial independence, it's a tough life out there, okay? Because you know that back growing up, women not as equal power as as a male or a son or as a, like whoever the person want to carry over the family name. But it's a little bit of a struggle. Medical field is always an uphill battle. Even now I'm writing my exams every 10 years. There's no end to that. But if you ask me what was my turning point to become what I am today, would be I want to be my own boss. As you correctly mentioned, I don't want somebody to dictate my hours. I don't want somebody to dictate, you need to see 40 patients to make this kind of an amount. Because we're always time bound. I'm racing against time, growing the family. I had my accidents, lot of accidents driving on the road. I got all my speeding tickets coming back for my own housewarming party, okay, for the puja. I'm racing and I'm driving 70 and the cop stops me. You're driving 70. I said I have to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. He said it doesn't matter. So those are the small things which drove me. I said why can't I be my own boss, dictate my own terms. So that's how my profession expanded, okay. So that's where I will stop at that, because those are the defining moments for me. Yeah.
Absolutely, a lot of multitasking in our own world, right? Like all of you guys do, all women do a lot of multitasking. I'm going to move on. Thank you. Give them a big round of applause. I think that the journey itself is so inspiring. I will move on to Dr. Jenna. Dr. Jenna, you work, as everyone can say, bridges spirituality. I've seen you as an entrepreneur. I've seen you as leadership. For those of you that have not read Dr. Jenna's bio on Wikipedia, she actually is part of this $1 billion club of women empowerment and so on and so forth. How do you define purpose-driven leadership with all the hats in today's especially increasingly complex world?
It's funny that everyone on the stage has shared, I want to be my own power. I want to be my own boss. Don't dictate to me what you think I should be. I have a mind of my own, I have feelings, I have a gut feeling. I can be more than this paid job and 3 weeks vacation. Wow, 3 weeks. So for me, I think if you listen deeply to your gut instinct, there is something within us that have a gut instinct of what we need to do. What we want to do is separate than what we need to do. The need is connected to your gut instinct. And a lot of times you confuse your need with your wants. And you think you want something and you go after it, but it's not connected fully to what your gut instinct is saying. Sometimes it's cultural, sometimes it's about the family, the people, the society. We make our decisions based on that. But when an individual pushes that to the side and listens to the gut experience, like my sister here, I went home and I told my husband I quit my job. She didn't ask her husband if she should quit her job. She knew for sure this was not for her. And she took the initiative and she says, I'm going to quit this job and we're going to work together. And I think when you allow people, especially women, allow them to express the power that is innate in them, they can do wonders. They have done wonders. They continue to do wonders. But my simple answer is listen to your gut instincts. They won't get you wrong. Listen to what your heart is telling you. Weigh it definitely against your strengths and then make your decisions. And you will see things will flow for you. When Dr. Srilekha was sharing, in my 20s, since I was 16 to 23, that's when I went into business. By the time I was 23, I had made my first million. So I was already a millionaire by 23. You know why? I listened to my gut instinct of what I can do. My dad wanted to marry me off. My grandmother wanted me to get caught up. But in my gut, I felt my husband is not in Miami, Florida. He's somewhere else. And I felt business was more important. And I'll tell you this in closing, and I think it's really important. I don't know where the thought came from, but I always told myself as a young girl, I will not get married until I'm self-sufficient. And the reason why I had that inner upbringing was I didn't want to go through what I saw my mother went through. And I think growing up in the USA gives you the freedom to persevere more than if I was back home in India. So I had this gut feeling, I have to make it before I get married. Because if he ends up not liking me, or if I don't like him, it's going to be painful. So if I had enough, so that was a really important gut instinct.
Guys, gut instinct, ladies. Follow your gut. Follow your gut. Yeah, thank you, Sister Jenna. I'm going to move on to Kay. Kay, while you were talking about life journey, all of us were resonating to some parts of it. But I'm sure there are a lot of females sitting in the audience that want to move from employment to entrepreneurship. What tactical or practical tips you have? How to make that transition? Tough transition.
Well, I have 5 points for women who are in an employment and thinking about entrepreneurship. First thing is, start with a clear purpose. If you have a clear purpose, everything else makes sense. Second is, leverage your existing expertise. Think about what you're really good at and think about starting a business in what you're really good at. And also, Sister just touched on this topic about being self-sufficient. So when you're really quitting your job and starting a business, make sure you have a financial runway to make sure that until you get your client who's willing to pay for your services or your product, you are able to withstand yourself. Fourth, invest in your network. We all have our network. We all have our well-wishers. Lean on them. Lean on them for advice. Lean on them for any expertise that you lack. Certainly lean on your network. And finally, fifth, own your own ambition. Be ambitious. Believe in yourself. and you can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Thank you.
Okay, that is excellent. I have to tell you, I used to have meetings with Governor Youngkin in the past, and he said the same thing as Kay said. Network is your net worth. When I was asking him how he made it as an entrepreneur that big, he said, Shri, your network is your net worth. Kay, thank you for repeating and resonating that. Jyothi ji, now coming to, how can, I'm sure all of us, this is me too, guys. I depend on my husband a lot for financial planning, retirement planning, investment planning. There was a time where I said, just give me my credit card, I'm good. But that is no longer good, and that's not how you need to teach your daughters, right? How do you become so confident and proactive in financial investing, decision making, and so on and so forth then?
I believe and I've noticed that women have inherent strengths that can guide them and are so well suited for success in this area. We often shortchange ourselves. I'll tell you an example. Whenever I have my male clients come in for a meeting, I insist that they bring their wives, and I make them do their own questionnaires for risk and for reward. And when the wife looks up towards the husband, I tell her to look at that paper and say, please answer your own questions. Don't shortchange yourself. Women always lead with trust, instinct, like Sister Jenna said, and discipline. Let's face it, women know how to balance their budgets in every household, and they stretch every dollar. So we should be responsible for our own finances. And I'm proud to say that I do a lot of pro bono work with women, and I want them to learn. And I'm actually also advocating a lot of schools, because I go in and I speak about financial services and budgeting, and I've been telling the schools that in the 7th and the 8th grade, they should have a class on budgeting. Everybody should know how to balance the budget, especially our government. Thank you. We need to know how to balance our budgets. And I have known that if I give women a set of frameworks and just guidelines, they follow most diligently and they become so confident. I have seen that transformation time and time again, and when they feel empowered, they can empower a whole household. So it's really, really important that they know how to balance, well, they already know how to balance budgets, but to take responsibility equally with their spouses, to learn how to manage their finances. I don't want them to become me. I don't tell them you need to be a financial planner, but at least take the interest to follow along and to be guided to set themselves up for success.
Guys, equal responsibility. We keep using the word equality. We also have to take equal responsibility. Great point. I'm going to move on to Dr. Nuthan Kalwa. Dr. Nuthan Kalwa, I'm in healthcare as well. I see my good friend Dr. Bomasani is here. So a lot of doctors around here. But how do you dismantle? We all know that physicians love to, especially women physicians, love to work as clinicians, bedside hospitalists, which is all great. But how do you get them to be those leaders? And how do you dismantle those rhetoric that women physicians can be bedside hospitalists, or they can just have a little clinic and they can work? We also want to be in the C-suite doing policies. You've done business, you've done leadership, you've done healthcare, you're a doctor. Can you tell us some tips to dismantle that?
So I think this is a age-old question, I guess. This question will always come in any leadership program, any women's program or entrepreneurship program. It's no different when you talk about the medical aspect of it or the business aspect of it. It might be same even for both of you too. So if you read any articles, if you read any economic journals, the first thing that comes are the barriers. So the barriers are the barriers for the women, right? So if you look into the top 3, what is the most top 3? The topmost one is the broken rung. You always have a double ceiling, means you have to break through many barriers. So if you look into the barriers, one is You are looking at the promotion gap, you are looking at the sponsorship gap, and you add on to that between the disparity between, I'm being frank right here, between a male and a female.
Please.
A parenthood will change the approach of how your entrepreneurship or your institution looks at you. I go early, I'm leaving my work. A male goes early, he's picking up, oh, he's helping. But it's not the same, it has to be looked at the same way. The other one will be also coming to is like what exactly, how are you going to bring? There's not much any magic numbers to it. It's all small things what you can do for yourself. First is you have to believe in yourself, but you also have to believe in the people around you. I cannot be a very stern boss. You need, in certain times, you need to let go. You need to share your work. You need to appreciate that work. That means to that you're bringing other women to the table. And also if you're in the same position, you also draw a chair for them. You're not just saying, okay, you're not looking at them as a competitor for you. You are trying to expand, probably share your own burden, that's going to lessen your burden. To frankly being saying, like, I'm looking for a partner for my business. It's hard to find partner in the medical field at this moment in my specialty. So my approach is like, you need to share. Network is your net worth. Like, you are all women here, but at the same time, look for all the support. You have your own positives and negatives. Bank on your positivity, grow up on your negativity. Okay, so that's all I could say, that every small step is a step. There is no magic number for this. Yeah.
Guys, no magic wand. Support each other, support each other, support each other. I mean, we only grow when our peers grow. That's the bottom line. Thank you. I know in the interest of time, I have multiple questions. I am going to ask audience if they have a question or two, but I'm going to challenge our people, our panelists, who are super capable, to come up with an answer in one word. What is one habit, Dr. Jenna, that has contributed to your success?
Being a well-wisher.
Well-wisher. Keep thinking, ladies. You guys also can keep thinking. What is it, that one word that contributed most to your success?
Leading with purpose.
Leading with purpose. Love that.
Connect your passion with purpose, like Kay said, but also goal setting.
Goal
Always set and write your goals.
Goal setting, guys. Goal setting goals.
All of them above, but also persistence, prioritize, and compartmentalize. You need to do what's important first. Yeah.
Prioritization, right? Who knows best but females, but we just need to prioritize. So lead with purpose. Prioritization. Be a well-wisher of each other, and also perseverance and purpose. Those are wonderful things. And audience, I'll take one question in the best interest of time. Who wants to ask a wonderful question to panelists? Just one question if you want to. I see so many females. Any one question that you have? Anita, quick. Before the organizers come and say your time is out, quick question.
Thank you, the distinguished panelists. Glad to see you all. My question is, when we do something, there are lows and ups. What made you stay strong when you are low, when you are taking time to achieve your goals?
I would like to answer. I will take my own personal experience. Nothing prepares you to hear the word cancer. And in 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I didn't know it at that time, but plants became my lifeline. And they gave me a reason to push myself up and lift myself up. And out of that pain came my dream, my reality of setting up a non-profit. It's called Blossoms for Pink. We give back to women who are going through breast cancer and chemo all the funds that we collect, one blossom at a time. So when you feel that you're down, use that moment to find something to connect with. And if you can connect that with your passion and purpose together, you will do wonders and you will change the life not only for yourself but all others around you.
Passion with purpose. The message is resonating. I'm going to respect respectfully ask all the panelists to stand up. Before you leave, I do want you guys to tell me one more thing. One person, yeah. We'll talk offline too. So, Sister Jenna, before we exit out, I would love for you to tell what is one actionable message on leadership, empowerment, or entrepreneurship that our beautiful audience can take back. One actionable message.
Well, I think I said it first. I think if everyone here, if you send a good wish to the person next to you, just try it.
Just try it. I'm telling you that works.
Send your good wishes, your best intentions for the person next to you. I guarantee it, that vibration in you will attract success. Because success requires abundance. And if you are abundant in your nature, that brings success as well. So practice well wishes.
Thank you. Success brings success, guys. Keep giving the good wishes. Okay.
So one actionable message, write down what you want to do and keep it. And every day, take a look at it first thing in the morning. Write down what you want to be or what you want to do in the next year, next 5 years. Just write it down and then keep looking at it. You might not know how you're going to get there, but nature will find its way to you.
Excellent. Manifestation, guys. It truly works. All right, Jyothi ji.
One actionable item from my end is lead with inclusion. Empower your entire village. You don't have to carry the load on your shoulders. When you lift others, the collective action of everyone, that becomes your legacy. I want to end with a quote that resonates with me. Martin Luther King Jr. said, and this is his quote, life's most urgent and persistent question is, what are you doing for others?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Doc.
I think the last one I would say that, always think that if I can do it, we can do it together, but don't lose yourself along the pathway. So, meaning you need to de-stress. Along the journey of all the struggles, you just can't be lost and overburdened. So you need to step back and also de-stress. That's all I would say that.
Excellent. Guys, these are young ladies that have accomplished way beyond their ages. And please give them a big round of applause. I hope you have taken a lot of actionable messages from here. We are fortunate, thanks to American Telugu Association, Samgita and Kavita and Jenna for inviting us here. Very thankful to these esteemed panelists for doing a fantastic job. Thank you for coming and supporting the organization. We'll see you in Baltimore very soon. Thank you.